Akim, over to you.
Okay, you're welcome to the official launch of this magazine newspaper, the satellite newspaper. So without wasting much of our time, we have to be time conscious. So we are starting this launch with an opening address from the chairman, Professor Mahfouz Adedimeji.
Thank you very much.
Welcome,
distinguished guest. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome you to this official launch of. We all know the significance of news in our day-to-day activities, and the satellite has come through the initiatives of some committed people, among whom Mr. Olawuyi towards I, to add a distinctive voice to the promotion of positive, developmental, and agenda-driven news coverage of both local events in Nigeria and global events at large. So it is my honor to welcome you to this occasion, which also features some other life-changing events. We hope that you are just going to be part of this exercise, part of this program, and I wish you a very successful program with us. Just remember that the satellite newspaper will be like a news medium that you have not encountered before. I will urge you to follow us, to subscribe to us, and you are going to have the best of journalistic experience. On behalf of all of us, I welcome you to this important occasion. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I'm Mutiu.
All right, please go. Thank you so much, Professor Mahfouz. I came over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now we are moving next to the introduction of the satellite newspaper. So the introduction will be done by Mutiu Olawuyi.
You're muted, Mutiu.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for participating in this historical event. I appreciate your time and commitment to actualizing the launch of this newspaper. I want to appreciate all our guests, Professor Christopher Velasari, Dustin Pickering from Texas, Dr. Janai from India, and of course our chairman, Professor Mahfouz Adedimeji, and our MC. Thank you all the participants for attending this event. So far we have 30 participants live with us, watching from different parts of the globe. I want to quickly run us through what the satellite Alpha we've gone, what we have put in place for the public to enjoy with regards to news media. As the name implies, even though we heavily at the initial stage focus on Nigeria, the satellite is a global media platform, and we'll be covering everything related to the whatever event going on around the world. So, in a simple sense, this satellite newspaper is digital. We do not know, maybe in future we might decide to go print, but we're starting with digital parts. What makes us different from those already existing is the fact that we are bringing news to your door. How? By not only giving you the stress to go to our social media platform, but also providing you the apps, both iOS and Android. So you can, at the end of this event, we'll share the link. You can download the app and have direct news sent to you, updated 24 hours. Uh, I'm going to quickly take you through the website for you to see how user-friendly the site is. And one thing we've discovered is that it's not everyone that likes to have the interface of most of the websites that we have these days affects the site of most people. So we decide to have it in different form. So I will quickly run through you through uh, the 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 website now, and then we see how user friendly the site is. If you download the app, one thing you will see is that it does not take you time. The memory that will take for your phone is not that long. So it makes it easy for you to quickly have access to whatever that is being provided. So I'm just going to start directly now. The satellite is spelled THSATELLTENG.com. As you can see from the screen, it's loading. Yes, this is the satellite. All right. Sorry. On the right corner of the website, you see there are two different icons. If you want to switch to a dark form, you just click the one on the right, especially if you are reading at night and you don't want to be affected. So this makes it easy for you to switch at any point in time, but this is only available for those who are going directly on the website. But for those using the app, you can easily reduce the brightness from your phone. So, but that's is a bit challenging for those using maybe the computer or any other gadget for to access the website. Now you'll see that the loading is not, it doesn't take time. Quickly, as soon as you click on it, it goes straight to it. So it's very fast. It doesn't take much time. And it's when you after this aspect, you have the menu, or where we call the categories for different news, like the politics, economy, security. So every aspect of human life is included at the menu of the website. After environment, you have science and education, we have global affairs, and we have opinion. This opinion will give room for the columnists, anyone who is interested in becoming columnists in different areas, depending on your areas of interest. You are all welcome. As soon as you're done with the aspect of the menu, we move to the breaking news or the slide part, where you have like 5 different news highlights presented there. Once we are done with that, we move on to the other side, where you can see that the site is pictorial. Whatever you want to really get, you don't take time before you get it. If you click any news, it goes straight to the page, as I just did now. There is no time wasted. The memory of your phone is not affected. We make sure that even if you download the app, it does not affect anything on your phone. Unlike some app that once you download them, it affects other apps, or you have one issue or the other. The security of this site and the app is superb. We've tried as much as possible to ensure that we put all this into consideration while building the app. You can see this is an article just opened, and within a short period, you could see that it's just quickly we get to where we are supposed to get to. And once you finish reading an article on our page, related posts will appear at the bottom. You can easily click and read from that. If you want to go back to the home page, you just click the satellite at the top side of the page. It takes you back to the home page if you are not using the computer. So you can see very, very easy to access. One thing we promise you is that we're not going to allow any capitalist, so to speak, to hijack our media outlets. We are independent. We have 100% control of our media. We are not sponsored by anyone. And we hope to use our media to liberate the world from challenges that we face around the globe today. When we get to where our speakers will be discussing different challenges and problems, and also, of course, opportunities in the media, you get to see in detail why media is so important today. But the satellites, as we say, is going to be as independent as possible, and we will try as much as we can to ensure that whatever you see on the satellites has been confirmed. Whatever you see on our platform is what you can rely on at any time. We'll be breaking news, we'll be giving you information that will change the life of every society, not only within Nigeria, but across the globe. So in the meantime, I want to once again appreciate everyone that have taken their time to be with us today. And I hope that we will have fruitful events as we have kicked off smoothly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mutiu Olawuyi, for taking us through the website. You know, it is commendable. You've really done well. That's a great job. So thank you so much. Now, next, I'm going to hand over to Professor Professor Mahfouz Adedimeji, and he's going to talk on the future of journalism. As the future is digital journalism. So when we look at it, right now, print media is no more, popular. It's no longer popular. So the digital journalism has taken over. Most media outlets now are running their activities online. So if we are talking about the satellite newspaper, we should be looking at digital, journalism. So Professor Mahfouz will be speaking on the future is digital journalism.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again, distinguished panelists and participants. Just as the MC said, the expression, the future of digital journalism, we can realize that it is metaphorical. It is metaphorical in the sense that we are equating the future with digital journalism, and the future is here. Let me quickly go through this short presentation. That's one thing that is very certain today is that the media landscape is undergoing significant changes because traditional journalism is giving way to the dynamics of a digital age. The way we consume, interact with, and share news is changing at an unprecedented pace. With the rise and ascension of social media, the online news platforms, emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and virtual reality, the industry of journalism is facing both unparalleled opportunities as well as unprecedented challenges. As we navigate the territory, one thing is clear: the future is digital as far as journalism is concerned. So in this brief presentation, we are going to quickly explore the trends, the opportunities, the limitations of digital journalism. And we are going to conclude on the note of reiterating the importance of falling in line with the new reality, which is the reality of the digital age. So when we say that the future is digital journalism, this future, as I mentioned earlier on, is presently with us now. And the presence of the future is predicated on such factors that we have as increased online news consumption. Many people now, most people in the world, access the news through their mobile devices, social media integration, digital storytelling, by which podcasts, videos, interactive content are also changing the way we tell our stories. Data journalism, that is the use of data analytics in assessing and investigating important events that unfold among us. Another factor is citizen journalism, where journalism has been democratized and everyone with a mobile device can actually perform the role of a journalist, capture an event as it is unfolding, give a report on it, and then share the contents on the social media. So anybody can be a journalist, anybody can be a publisher. So that is just the reality we have today. And that is why independent journalists are even becoming more reliable than the ones that are sponsored by government and other organized sectors. Artificial intelligence, so it is used to generate content, to do curation, and then to distribute. We have virtual and augmented reality, where immersive technologies are changing the way we experience news. Then we have mobile-first approach, digital subscriptions, continuous innovation. These are some of the factors that are present today that will be shaping the way and manner we consume news. What are the key trends in this era of digital journalism? One, we have increased online news consumption. I mentioned among the factors the fact that most people in the world today access news on the internet. In fact, for many people, internet is life. When they are not online, they feel that they are dead. They feel that they are asleep. They feel that they are totally cut off from the rest of the world. Internet has become the oxygen through which people are able to breathe in the air of the life in which they are living. Then we have social media integration. So many media now are fully integrated along various media platforms. And it is multimedia, it is multidimensional. You find out that a news organization has to have presence on Instagram, has to have presence on Twitter, has to have presence on Facebook, has to have presence on LinkedIn and some other platforms, so that anywhere you are, you'll be able to access the information or news that you want to access. I've mentioned factors such as digital storytelling, data journalism before. So these are some of the trends that determine the future of journalism, and that future is already here with us. Now, digital journalism has its opportunities. What are the opportunities that we have in digital journalism? There is increased reach and accessibility. Gone were the days when newspapers will have to be shipped from one country to the other before people be able to access news. New York Times, for instance, many people follow it as soon as it is published. So space and distance have been cut off as far as access to news is concerned. Another opportunity we have is new formats and platform. Just as Mr. Olawuyi demonstrated to us, nobody has to hold on to paper before one can experience interactive content. We have improved engagement and interaction. So digital journalism also allows us to be able to have instant feedback. If the news is not correct or fake, readers are going to quickly point it out. If there's an error in the reportage, people are going to point it out, unlike in the past, where everything lies at the sole discretion of the editors or gatekeepers. We have enhanced fast checking and verification. So enhanced fast checking and verification. In this era of digital journalism, if anybody posts anything that is incorrect, there are many tools, including Google, including other digital tools that people can easily use to determine the authenticity or otherwise of what is presented before them. We have increased transparency and accountability. So digital journalism allows both the creators, the journalists themselves, the news creators, the content creators, and the audience to be more accountable because there's transparency. So there's also opportunity in diversification of voices and perspectives. Many people can partake in news making at the same time. Imagine this event we are holding now. It is taking place at the participants, including the guests, are from different parts of the world. To be able to do this without this particular interface, we are going to be talking of several millions of naira, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to organize an event like this. So we have free live reporting and updates. So digital journalism allows us the opportunity of reporting events as they are occurring. While the event is still going on, it is already known to the rest of the world, unlike what we had in the past, where somebody will have to hold on to the camera and then will have to return to the studio or to the newsroom before the news will be generated and shared. Then we have multimedia, digital storytelling. It allows for the integration of multimedia elements, and then it enhances storytelling experience. We have all of audio, we have video, and then we have text. These three are integrated in giving readers or news consumers as a whole a very memorable experience. And then we have data-driven journalism and innovative revenue streams. As one opportunity that the digital journalism also provides is that there are opportunities for innovative revenue streams because resources can be obtained from subscriptions, from memberships, and sponsored content. So when we look at what is happening in the music industry, in the entertainment industry generally, we also appreciate that what we are talking about has already taken shape in that particular subsector. So people sit down in the comfort of their room, release their content on the social media, and then they'll be making their money. There are also opportunities for collaboration and partnerships, specializations, and news reporting. These are some of the opportunities that digital journalism provides for us. So what are the limits? What are the challenges? As I quickly want to round off this presentation, there is information overload. Many people are often disenchanted by the avalanche of news that will always be unleashed on them on a daily basis. Maybe in Nigeria alone, there are hundreds of news platforms, including the traditional and the digital. And all these platforms are also meant to be accessed by the same set of people. So there's information overload that makes people to somehow be disenchanted. There's the possibility of misinformation and disinformation. The quest to be the first to break the news will often make people to fail to verify their news and then cause havoc as a result of promoting or sharing fake news. We have lack of depth and context. A lot of fact checking, a lot of editorial inputs that used to characterize news reporting of the past has been significantly reduced because the tendency is just to be the first to break the news, the first to be there, the first to be the one to hit the people. And then you have the concept of homophily or echo chambers. You realize that it is people that are often like-minded that are always congregating. Any social media platform, you have people that are associated with that particular platform, one way or the other. So I appreciate those that are here, but one of the few people that registered are people that I know. I share this particular link on my social media platform. We have dependency on technology. That's another limitation. That is, if technology fails. Recently, the global entertainment, airspace, and what other industry was disrupted just because of what happened to the internet all over the world. So there's over dependence of technology. So people could not fly. They were stranded at the airports in various places in the world. Hospitals could not function. Why? Because of what happened to the global internet infrastructure. So because of the dependence on technology, if there's any disruption of that technology, everybody is messed up. And cyber attacks are also a threat to the industry of digital journalism. Commerce pressure and clickbait, because people want to enjoy click, they do what is unprofessional. There may be job insecurity and burnout, because if somebody practices within the digital land space, so it is a skill that can easily be replaced. I also have lack of local investigative reporting, ethical concerns, digital divide, where people not be able to access those people that are in rural communities where internet penetration is limited. There are also challenges about regulatory issues as sustainability and funding. To conclude, we know that as technology continues to improve and evolve, we have every reason to expect increased use of AI and automation in news gathering and news dissemination. We have every tendency to experience immersive storytelling, personalized news. Algorithms will be tailored to give people the type of news they are only interested in knowing, not what may really benefit them. So it is mobile first approach, and we have more opportunities for global collaboration. So what are the challenges? The challenges are those that I mentioned about disinformation, non-accessibility to people that are living in rural areas, regulatory uncertainty, sustainability, and funding. Because most of these contents will be free. Somebody has to be paying for what people access without having to pay directly to the news creators and news workers. Well, for digital journalism to thrive, there are certain things that we have to prioritize. One, quality and accuracy. Two, transparency and accountability. Three, diversity and inclusivity. Four, innovation and adaptability. Five, ethics and responsibility. These are the 5 pillars that will make digital journalism to thrive. In conclusion, the future of digital journalism will be shaped by technological advancements, changing audience habits, and the need for innovation and adaptability. While opportunities abound in this subsector, challenges still persist, and the industry, as it is, must prioritize quality, it must prioritize transparency, it must prioritize diversity, it must also hold ethics with all the seriousness it deserves, in order to build trust and serve the interests of the public. As we advance and move forward, it is very important to recognize the importance of digital journalism in promoting informed discourse, holding people in power accountable, and fostering global understanding. And that by the time we embrace the possibilities and address the limitations, we can also join hands together to create a vibrant, sustainable, and responsible digital journalism ecosystem which will benefit the society. It is within this context that the satellite is also coming on board to explore the opportunities, to address the challenges, and then to live or operate according to the best professional standard, which will be based on quality and accuracy, which will be based on transparency and accountability, diversity and inclusivity, innovation and adaptability, as well as ethical values and a good sense of responsibility. So when we talk of the future is here, and the satellite represents that future. I want to thank you very much for your attention. And I wish you a very successful program as we continue to enjoy the remaining parts of this official launch. Thank you for your attention.
Wow. Thank you, sir, Professor Mahfouz. God bless you for that, interesting and intellectual update on digital journalism. In fact, we are going to have a lengthy report on that later after this launch. As we move to the next item, that's item number 6, where we have a panel discussion on challenges and opportunities in modern media. So while Professor Mahfouz was talking or speaking on that topic, digital journalism, so I actually expected him to include AI tools. I see them as, challenges to digital journalism. And some we see them as, opportunities, aiding the work of journalists. But at the same time, I want us to discuss, as part of this panel discussion, we want AI tools to be, discussed as well as challenges to digital journalism. We are picking from the angle of, plagiarism, why we use AI tools to remove plagiarism. So the panel discussion, will be handled by I'm bringing back Professor Mahfouz Adedimeji from Africa and Professor Chrisas Velasario from Greece, Europe. So I also joining the panel is Dustin Pickering from Texas, America, and Dr. Anad Jenner. So we have to know, people here. Dustin Pickering has been a long time, and Dr. Anad Jenner. So the moderator, Fatai Adisa, is one of us, but he's not available right now. So I'll be here to moderate the panel discussion. So the discussion will center on challenges faced by modern media outlets, opportunities for innovation, and the importance of maintaining journalistic integrity. So over to you, the panelists. So Professor Mahfouz will open the floor, followed by Professor Chrisas Velaros from Greece and Dustin Pickering, and the last person is Anna Jenner. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me once again. One thing that is natural is challenge. Challenges are normal. Challenges are natural. What is only required of us is to navigate them. Anything new will come with its challenges. And digital journalism has its own challenges, part of which I had already highlighted. I think the discussion will focus on how we can navigate these challenges. There will be challenges around funding. There will be challenges around news generation and distribution. There will be challenges around ethical considerations, including the use of AI tools. And there will be challenges around sustainability. In this era where everybody is also a journalist, just as I highlighted in my keynote presentation, that everybody with a good phone and an eyes for news will turn himself to a journalist. How then do we control quality? What is the role of professionalism, where in a situation whereby everybody is also a newsmaker? So, and that is why today we are also contending with proliferation of fake news. Anybody can just use any image that happened somewhere else, put a voiceover, and then make it to represent an event that is happening in a different context in order to be able to disrupt the society. I think my own presentation is just to lay the foundation for the discourse. I want to call on my colleagues. It's good to see Dustin Pickering again. It's good to see you. You have been very supportive right from when I was in Amapatic University in a program with World Institute for Peace. So it's good to see you once again. And I also welcome Krisa. So you're welcome, madam. So thank you. That's just what I want to say. I want to listen to you, distinguished guests.
I guess it is my turn. Okay? Well, I will be. I don't know what to say about how the journalism and media can affect and influence people, because there are this theme is very multi-faced and encompassing various dimensions of influence, responsibility, and effect. For example, I fight for peace since I was in public view as a poet, and I worked a lot with Mutiu on this theme in many books and with Mrs. Ariadne Sawyer in Canada, and in the foundation I work now, National Beat Poetry Foundation. I work a lot on peace. Journalism can make major things, major contributions to peace around the world, especially global journalism, especially digital journalism. But on the other hand, there are challenges that can harm peace through this media. So what I wish, and I wish you, for humanity, in favor of humanity, is to be cautious with what you write and what you can do with people around the world through what you write. The power is great, but this power can harm people, a lot of people. So first of all, I put the challenge of ethics in journalism. Because first of all, we're not us. It is not our success. It is not our dreams. It is humanity. This is what is going on in the future. Humanity. And humanity must be driven in peace, in love, and in joy, not in war, in hate, and biases.
Academy of Ethics. And today's panelist.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that beautiful submission. The facts are unassailable. Without ethics, we are going to lose it totally. Without peace, there can't be development. Without security, there cannot be development. And everything that is done within the media ecosystem must be aimed at attaining global peace, must be aimed at attaining global development, must be aimed at attaining global security. Thank you very much. Maybe we now go to Professor Bikrin. Yes.
I actually prepared a speech, or sort of a quasi speech. I'm gonna begin. The philosopher Isaiah Berlin said, "There is no fixed and unchanging truth." Our globalist era, deemed post-capitalist, requires collaboration between multiple concepts and beliefs, some of which will oppose each other mutually. This does not mean they are not part of an interlocking whole. Ralph Waldo Emerson stated in his essay, The Conservative, "Our experience, our perception is conditioned by the need to acquire in parts and in succession, that is, with every truth, a certain falsehood. Consistent exposure to different views improves the understanding of them as well as their inherent faults. However, the media must pledge itself to independent facts rather than views per se." Walter Cronkite, a popular journalist, said in an interview, "I think being a liberal, in the true sense, is being non-doctrinaire, non-dogmatic, non-committed to a cause, but examining each case on its merits. The goal of journalism is to present views, not determine them. And as I read stories from Reuters, various positions are discussed, with each person granted a voice. There is a lot of discussion of fake news, such has become the rallying point of authoritarians worldwide. Examples are not limited to former President Donald Trump. Also, Slovakia's president, or prime minister, Fico, attacked the country's media, calling it anti-government and quote-unquote co-owners of George Soros's financial structure, following an assassination attempt on him that nearly killed him. Hence, the media must not take sides. We must allow the involved parties their respective voices, just the facts. David Borstein, co-founder of Solutions Journalism Network, says, if we don't tell the whole story about communities, we are creating bias in the minds of people who often have power over those communities. Journalism can be very empowering. Truth is not specialized or elitist by nature. It is a power for the benefit of the whole. Nigerian journalist Ruona Myers says, I have the result. The way text leaves the page and causes a change in society makes everything worth it. I like the fact that journalism keeps changing. The public wants the truth without the politics and corporate bias. In the USA, 6 companies own 90% of the media. The Telecommunications Act of 1996's agenda, according to the FCC, is to let anyone enter into communications business, to let the communications business compete in any market against any other. However, in 1983, 50 companies had owned 90% of the U.S. media. Independent journalists and the internet age provide a counterbalance to the mainstream corporate hegemony. Sarah Fisher for Axios titles an article, Student Journalists Are Breaking Big Stories. These types of stories reveal political corruption, bias, and attempts to empower the populace across the world. That is, they keep people informed. Salman Rushdie writes, a poet's work is to name the unnameable, to point at frauds, to take sides, start arguments, shape the world, and stop it from going to sleep. According to Statistica.com, the global literacy rate has grown from 67% in 1976 to 87% in 2022. Why is media literacy important? In the interconnected world we inhabit today, it is important to be aware of the types of messages you receive and give. Global culture requires interactions and proper distribution of powers to encourage fair and balanced information and cultural exchanges. Societies today are polarizing in a toxic manner as they become more complex. Dr. Peter Coleman says politicians are often constrained by these polarizations and cannot do much about them, but those of us who are not constrained can. He says it is good to have people who are impassioned and informed on different sides of an issue, challenging each other to try to find a third way. He says moral differences between Americans, the loneliness epidemic, and other factors are driving the polarities in this country. An increasing number of Americans feel certain political violence will emerge. I believe this problem is international and not strictly American. Dr. Coleman describes it as a biosocial structural problem. Media is about communications and therefore has the power to bridge these divides. Although most people prefer confirmation bias to the challenges of their assumptions, the media can create platforms where varying perspectives are heard and resonate. Media must be inclusive and truthful to maintain the trust of the citizens. A 2020 paper entitled Is Trust in the Media Decreasing? Evidence from World Surveys by Anton Shirokov states, scholars and observers are increasingly concerned that trust in the mainstream media is decreasing, which could undermine the democratic political process and make citizens more vulnerable to manipulation. An informed populace is necessary for the democratic process to function properly. What can the media do to maintain standards of efficacy and trust so that authoritarians hold less of the popular imagination? The presence of a free press is the breath of a country. Integrity means holding to the values that invite good conduct and honesty. When it comes to communications, integrity requires balance and discernment. To reveal the truth to a readership, one must uncover it for oneself. Knowledge of human nature is indispensable. Learning to decipher a crook, power hunger, lies, and greed requires the inevitable test of character. The free exchange of information is a human right, unlike others. It determines the character of a people, the strength of a nation, the trust it has in its own citizens, and helps maintain the balance of power by securing our institutions and their development. I would welcome the satellite into the world. I'm Dustin Pickering, and thanks for having me on the program today.
Oh, thank you very much. That was awesome. We thank you very much for those words of inspiration by you. And I believe that the satellites has benefited immensely from what you have submitted. Mutiu, I can't see the rest of the panelists. Okay. Yes, it's Professor.
Dear
Please
friends,
go ahead, let's hear you.
here is Dr. Jarnail Singh Anand, President,
Oh, Doctor,
International
thank you
Academy
very
of
much.
Ethics,
Yes, you are welcome.
and today's panelist.
You are most welcome. Yes.
First of all,
Yeah.
I offer my congratulations to Dr. Mutiu Olawuyi for starting this satellite newspaper. These days, the most important segment of society is the digital media, or we can say media in whatever form it is. So, when we are starting a digital media organization, it imposes on us a great social responsibility.
Yeah.
Friends, there is a lot of good in our society. But the unfortunate thing is that it remains unreported, highlighted, acknowledged, and admired. On the other hand, there is a lot of evil which is ruling the world, and it is only the evil which makes news, which gives TRP, which people like to listen. This is a major, I think, drawback of the system. And as socially responsible people, we have to snub this evil. Reporting is not reporting an event as it is. If it is wrong, if the evil is misplaced, if any violence that has taken place cannot be spotted, it must be condemned also. Objective reporting, I think, these are not the times when you should do objective reporting. Whatever happening, you are putting up on the media. No, you must condemn what is wrong. Digital platforms, however, work under so many constraints. Most of them are financial. And we see the digital channels, newspapers, they have to make so many compromises with the powers that be. But I wish that No doubt, survival is a great question for a newspaper, but essential truth must not be compromised. Our major thrust should be the well-being of mankind. And when we say we want a better world and we should work for a better world, it means this world is not good, is anything but good. And this is our world. We have made this world. There are problems galore among us and within us and outside us. They have to be identified. I wholeheartedly support this new venture with the hope that it will take up the challenge of humanity and work for the good of the world society and not compromise in matters of truth. My good wishes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I was temporarily disconnected. What we refer to as digital divide. And I think that's our third panelist. I want to thank you, distinguished panelists, for your contributions. I believe the vision is clear of mission that by the time we get to some of these insights that were shared, the sky is just the beginning, not the limit for the satellites. Once again, I want to thank you very much, Justin Pickering, Mr. Taliserio, and Doctor, who just spoke a moment ago. I want to thank you very much on behalf of Team Satellite. I will still look forward to tapping from your wealth of wisdom in the days and years ahead. Once again, I want to thank you very much for your contributions to making this interactive session, panel discussion, a huge success. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Sir, thank you, Ma. I most sincerely appreciate all the panelists for that, insightful discussion. So thank you so much. Now we are moving to the next item, which is question and answer session. So I want to start that, session with my question on AI. I'm so much particular about it that I just want to ask, is AI the AI, is it part of journalism? Is it appropriate for the journalist to use AI for news reports? That's my question. Other questions could come from, anyone. Professor Mahfouz and others can also contribute to this. Thank you.
So, thank you very much. Every age has its own technology. I remember when the internet first came, people were questioning whether the internet had come to rob people of their jobs. When people first started to use the computer, people that were using the traditional typewriter were complaining that, this computer will rob them of their job. The AI is just a tool, like a calculator, like all these statistical software packages that people use in analyzing data. So there is no doubt about it that AI has become part and parcel of our existence. Do not also forget that when Google came on board, people were still raising questions about originality. The question was being raised about how people will copy and paste. And it is the issue of ethics, responsible use of AI that we are going to be talking of this particular time. There is nothing stopping the journalist from using AI to conduct research. But the problem will now begin from becoming, I was speaking to some people that the rise of artificial intelligence should not mean the death of natural intelligence. We have our natural intelligence. The artificial intelligence is here to complement it. It is not to replace it. For instance, if one wants to write a paper and then you want to draw your outline, you can ask AI to draw an outline for you. And you have some ideas. And then you can then begin to do your paper. You can actually use AI to also fact check a particular report. So I think what is important is that practitioners have to know that when you use AI to write anything, there are some other tools that will make people to know that, no, this thing has been written by artificial intelligence. I told my students in a course that I taught the last semester, and then they were sharing some of their discussions with me online. And I was pointing to them that, no, I ask you to use your own natural intelligence, not artificial intelligence. This thing that you posted here was generated by artificial intelligence. If I did not know what artificial intelligence is, I wouldn't be able to know, I wouldn't be able to train them on how to ethically use AI. So AI cannot report an event that is happening before you to you. Definitely that is not possible. You are the one witnessing the event. The event had never happened. So AI cannot assist you, but AI can help you to determine the authenticity of a particular event, just like Google. So that's why we say that ethics, professionalism really matters. There's nobody who does not know that plagiarism is a capital offense in academics and journalism. You cannot just say somebody has done something for you, but you can be assisted. The extent to which you can be assisted is what we are now talking about. AI is here to stay. There are even universities now that are offering courses in artificial intelligence and machine learning, and more universities will still join in future because there still be growth and expansion. Ethics, professionalism are the watchwords, but we just have to disabuse our minds that AI is just a tool, a calculator is just a tool, a cell phone is a tool. These tools can be used positively. These tools can be abused. These tools can be misused. And that's why certain guidelines have to be put in place so that we are going to use these tools and resources ethically. Thank you.
One thing I want to add is there's an article in The Independent based in, I believe, the UK. AI systems could be on the verge of collapsing into nonsense, scientists warn. And the article, I just posted it to the comment section. It says AI systems could collapse into nonsense as more of the internet gets filled with content made by artificial intelligence, researchers have warned. So I want to solidify your commentary by reporting that and this discussion. That's an article that I've just posted to the comment section.
Okay.
And I think that makes a very good, solid reference to your points about we still need the human originality and human creativity to guide us through we can't just have the AI do everything. I mean, it's a good tool. It's not to do everything for us. I mean, we still have our hands and our minds. So it's a good thing to have. It's wonderful to have something that kind of makes it easier for us to look up, as you mentioned, fact checking things, but it can't do all the work for us. It really shouldn't be doing that. I actually had a friend who's just ran a poetry contest in which a person used AI to create her poem that won the contest. When they found out, she was immediately disqualified and she lost her prize money because of that. So yes, we need to stick to ethics It's very important, and I don't think AI can do everything for us. I think it's riddled with its own issues and problems in and of itself, like anything else.
Thank
My
you.
contribution in this question will be some humoristic. It is not exactly my humor, but I like it. There was two men. They were asking about artificial intelligence. The one says, "Are you concerned about the increase of artificial intelligence?" And the other replies, "No, but I'm very concerned about the decrease of the real intelligence, of human
That's it.
intelligence. This is the problem. AI, as you said, is a tool. I use it a lot because I don't. I have the quality to organize what I write. I'm a poet. I write a bit anyway confusedly. So when I write it, when I want to write an article where everybody understands what I want to mean, I ask AI, give me from what I wrote the points that are more important. Then AI can help me to make myself more understandable. It is a tool. Or I organize my lessons to my students, or I suggest something that my students afterwards criticize, like this these years project I made, where when I presented them what AI wrote about our theme, they said, "Oh, this is completely dumb, stupid. We will rewrite it. It is not good what AI said." Yes, I said, but it is completely logical. Yes, they said, but it is not human. It is not emotional. We want more emotion. We want more humanity. So we can use AI,
Yeah.
but we must increase our critical thinking too, so we can work with this tool to increase our potential, the expression of our potential. I hope there is no time in the future, there is no epoch in the future where human imagination is not so big, so equals to a machine's imagination. I think that a human will educate themselves to be more and more imaginative, creative, competing AI. Competing AI, not using AI to express themselves. Thank you.
Thank you. That's insightful. Yes. All right, Akim.
Kim, you're muted. There you go. Thank you.
Akim.
I think he's possessed by a rattlesnake.
Well,
we can't hear you very well. Is there a way to fix that speaker there or something?
I don't know. But we have to determine where we are on the agenda, because I think after this session,
yes, after this session is just to go, close the main fourth of time. I just want to add one or two things to the issue of AI. For some of us that are in the newsroom every day, we face this challenge. Most of the people we engage are no longer original in the content of their writing. If you give them a press release, they will just send the press release to AI and convert it to a news report, and that's all. And most of them sometimes, by doing that, they forgot the fact that there are rules and regulation, or let me say the standard for writing news that AI cannot give you. If you do not use that, I don't go against the AI, but what I'm saying is at least there should be input, your own input in whatever you use. Anytime you use AI, if you use AI to convert your press release to news report, you're expected to rewrite that and make it human, original, and make it presentable, following the convention of news writing. Most of the time when AI writes, when you convert, it will not quote directly from the text, from the press release. And it might even quote it in a wrong way. You are supposed to rewrite it, having understood the conventional structure of news report writing. We have this problem of linguistic structure since the invention of AI. And that's why it has become a serious challenge for us. Most times, even from the heading, you get to know that this is AI written work. And that has made a lot of reporters so lazy that they are no longer even interested in writing their report by themselves anymore. And they give the major part of the job to editors to identify. And in digital journalism, when you are dealing with the SEO, the search engine optimization, that also gives us serious challenge, because after writing the content, you're supposed to have some hyperlink within the text to increase the optimization. Someone who just writes that raw, we don't even know whether there is any part of the text to hyperlink to the original text elsewhere to increase the search engine optimization, and that reduces the power of the media outlet that we use, since they no longer do most of the work. They transfer major part of the work to either SEO editor. That's why today we have to recruit an SEO editor separately. Instead of the journalist to do the work, we have to do that. And the text structure too. The AI has one pattern of text structure because it is programmed. It can never be human.
Of course.
Part of the SEO, if you want to improve the SEO standard of your website, you are expected to have certain pattern of sentence structure, which AI does not give. It is the journalists that are expected to do this job, but they don't do. Majority of them will just give us that and expect us to do the work. So, and this, because digital journalism is continuous, is throughout the day. It's not like the print media. If you print it in the morning, you have to just keep gathering the news until the following day. That's not the case. We have to edit immediately and make sure we report immediately so that it can be fresh. If you say something is breaking and you don't edit it on time, you don't make it to follow the standard, it's by the time you finish editing, other media outlets would have released it. So they make work so difficult for us in the newsroom. And that's where I think Akim is looking at, because he's also facing that challenge. So as you said, there's nothing bad in using AI, but use it sensibly.
As a tool.
Use it creatively.
As a tool.
As a tool. In the past, there was no Microsoft Word for you to type. If you have poor handwriting, yeah. So if you have poor handwriting, that's your problem. But today you can use computer and type whatever you want to type. But that's the sense you use to compose whatever you are typing. And that's how it's supposed to be. And we also find out that most of the programs developed these days to identify even the AI written text are no longer even working properly. There are other ways you can even prevent it in such a way that if you just put it there, it will show you that it's written by human, whereas it's written by the computer. So this is the serious problem we are facing in the newsroom. And that's where Akim is pointing at. I hope that part is clear. I just want to clear that part. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you very much. You know, these issues have been raised at several academic conferences. And I think the right metaphor is just to consider it as a tool. We use the pencil to draw. The pencil cannot draw on its own. We use a pen to write. A pen cannot write on its own. We use the AI to provide a kind of a basic guide. It wouldn't replace the person. If a journalist relies on AI to do the reporting, that means the person is not qualified. He should be sacked. There must be certain basic qualifications that the person has to qualify him for the job initially. But you are brainstorming, oh, this is what I want to write. Okay, maybe there's this plot. Okay, let me have an outline. And then it gives you an outline. Oh, it guides your thoughts. And then you are able to structure it. Maybe 2 days ago, I was just fiddling around and I asked AI a question and it gave me a very wrong answer. And I said, if this person was to be using it for the purpose of research, I was searching for a particular lecturer, and then he gave me the details of a different person entirely, somebody that I know. So this is part of the limitation. So it is a tool, and I was able to determine that no. The information about this particular person is wrong. Even somebody now will now rely on that and then now say, this is the information about this person. So my own approach is just that anytime we have a new technology, we have always been ambivalent. Oh, the cell phone will come to corrupt us. This one will come to do this. No, but I just think that we should be receptive to technology because that is the direction the world is going. By the time we are receptive to it, we'll now be able to identify the pitfalls and they'll be able to now to use it responsibly, ethically, and professionally without subjecting it to abuse. The cell phone that we use that is distracting many young ones today is also a tool that people are using to make legitimate money. It's also a tool that people use to acquire foreign degrees. They attend universities and then they learn significantly. And then it is the same cell phone, the same internet that some people use to corrupt themselves and then to commit other atrocities like cybercrime and some other things. So ethical issues are always very important. A tool is always a tool. It can be used for positive purposes. It can be used for negative purposes. The problem is not with the tool. It is with the user. A knife can be used to stab a person. A knife can be used to peel a yam or to cut your bread. So the problem is not with the tool. The problem is with the user. So AI itself is not a problem. The problem will lie with the particular professional who uses it. So that's just my take on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, you really answered my question beyond expectation. Really appreciate everyone here for the way the question was answered. So, like I've noted some points which I'm going to utilize and pass to my colleagues in this journalism work because I know the rate at which we use AI for news writing, even some platform where I belong. I know of journalists who cannot think any longer, even undergraduate
That's serious.
journalists, using AI for everything it does. So in fact, it's a very serious. Sometimes I don't want to start mentioning it so that Professor Mahfouz will not start, looking for the journalists on campus. So, so we surely resolve that. So thank you so much. And we are moving to the next. We do still have any question regarding journalism, so that we can close this session and move to the last one, which is item number 8, and that is closing remark from Mr. Mutiu Olawuyi as a host for today. Any question? Okay, no question again. So we are moving to the last item. That will be handled by Mr. Mutiu Olawuyi. That's the closing remarks and vote of thanks to everyone. So the floor is open from Mutiu Olawuyi.
Thank you so much, Akim. You've done a wonderful job so far, and we do appreciate your moderation, your MC so far. I want to use this final medium to appreciate our chairman and the keynote speaker of the day, Professor Mahfouz Adedimeji. Your lecture was insightful, very didactic, of course, academic as usual, and of course, useful for every journalist or whoever is interested in the world of journalism. We do appreciate you. May God continue to assist you and help you. I also want to appreciate our special guest, Dustin Pickering from Texas, the United States. Krisa Velasariou from Greece, representing Europe, as Dustin is representing Americas, both North and South. And Dr. Anand Janel from India, who represented Asia. The satellite is covered from their presentation. We've heard from Asia, from Europe, from America, and the root of human race, that is Africa, represented by Professor Mahfouz Adedimeji. Thank you so much. We hope to get more content from you as we kick off this media outlet, because we give room to to everyone, including creative writers like Professor Krisa. I know Professor Krisa is a professor of physics. I wish I could speak Greek like you speak English. You really tried. So regardless of structure, you have indeed showed us that we need to go beyond learning only one language. She speaks more than 5 languages, global languages. So thank you so much for your time with us. I also want to appreciate all participants, both on the StreamYard on air and AfriReporters channel on YouTube. I appreciate specifically, especially those who have been actively participating so far, from Dr. Waid Bamigbade from OAU, English Department, and Habib Yusuf from Kano, Abdul Haq, who is a student of journalism, and of course, actively reporting for local and international media outlets. Mr. Abdul Hakim Olawuyi, an engineer with passion for journalism and media and modern media. Thank you so much for taking your time to be part of this event. We promise to give you the best. We promise to be as transparent as possible. We promise to give the voice to everyone, regardless of your race, your gender, your religion, or your background. Thank you, and thank you once again.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.